defensively. Back to you.
Very good, Doris. Thanks. Well, guys, you think they'll be able to make that strategy work for them?
You know, they're a very high percentage shooting team, so he's right to focus on playing the tight D. As for whether it'll work, we'll see.
Hey, sometimes you just got to tip your hat. Even tough D can be outdone by good offense. No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Winslow. Brooks with no one around. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And the wide open shot from Green. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the Brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And so here is Chicago after the Heat pick up 2. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gibson. Stoudemire with the defensive effort.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
There's Winslow. And here's Green outside. The rebound by Gibson. Bulls trail by 3. Outside Rose. There's the dish to Brooks. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. To the middle. Here's Mirotic. Count it from 12.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
The Heat have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Here's Chalmers. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Kicks to Bosch. From 10 feet out. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Great awareness by Mario Chalmers on that feed.
Poke loose. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Heat lead by 3. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his...
I think it's been noticeable.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. He clearly gave it a lot of thought. It's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates, Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Heinrich is out there with Brooks, and it's Mirotic in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too, but he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game. And that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
Wade dishes to Whiteside. Pass to Deng. Whiteside sets the pick for Deng. Whiteside a screen on Heinrich. Wade kicks to Whiteside. Got it despite fading back a bit. And the Heat lead by 1.
And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes and volume, and that's not his game.
Here's Gasol, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And ladies check in for Mirotic. And Miami also making a switch. Goran Dragic has checked in for Mario Chalmers. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
They get the rebound. Whiteside. And Gasol sends it back. Stoudemire kicks to Dragic. Back to Stoudemire. Goes up again. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Joakim Noah.
And back to Luol Deng. I mean, he started last season pretty strong. I mean, Deng was actually healthier than LeBron at the beginning of the year. But the tables turned around midseason. Deng became hobbled with that knee, and LeBron returned to his old dominant self. And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the Big Three were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Noah the screen over to the left wing for 3. Dunleavy. That's good. Dunleavy's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Stoudemire. Miami no good on that time either. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference, played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
Fires, high post, can't get it to go. Good D by Wade. The Heat trail by 3, up the floor. And there's Deng. That's good on the assist by Dragic. Deng's got his second basket of the night.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Heinrich outside. Now here's Brooks. Outside Gasol. Back to Brooks.
2 minutes. 2-1.
Another 3 for Chicago.
Two bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff season veterans to that roster.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Bosch. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball require.
Miami trailing. 1:09 left to play here in the half. Green, the pass to Bosch. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
This all setting the pick for Rose. Down low. No good from Gasol.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Winslow dishes to Bosch. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. The Heat also with a sub. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. Here's Green. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got his third assist on the night.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Rose against Green, and he gets it to go. And 11 points for Rose.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds a spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Miami ahead, leading by just 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. It was a big-time first quarter from Chris Bosh. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, they need to be much more aggressive on offense. Try to get to the foul line more. It's called a charity strike for a reason. They haven't shown they want it, Ernie. Everybody wants charity. Me too. I like charity. If they don't get more aggressive, they might have a hard time in the second half.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Chris Bosh in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Dang and Bosh are small and power forwards. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade, and it's Whiteside in at the 5. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Atlanta Hawks.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around. That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Outside Dragic, 17-foot shot on the way. And it comes off the front of the rim. Chicago leading. Butler attacking. Poked away. And stolen by Whiteside. Outside Dragic. And he banks in the layup.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now the pass to Butler. Back to Rose. No good. Dragic with some nice D.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Dang kicks to Bosch. Dang gets a wide open look. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. Now Rose. 11 points in the game. That doesn't go either for Rose.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Just his first attempt. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
Well, one thing that you can always say about Dwayne Wade is that he is at his best when the game is on the line. He truly lives for the big moments.
He does. And Wade has been in so many of those big moments over the course of his career. 5 trips to the NBA Finals, and he really does thrive under pressure.
The Bulls making a switch here. Brooks checked in. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Miami. Brooks kicks to Rose. Great touch on the 16-footer. Rose has got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
And for Wade, when it comes to being clutch, a lot of it is experience. I mean, it's not just during the playoffs. He knows when to step up in the fourth quarter during the regular season. Very productive in the fourth quarter from a scoring standpoint.
Off the screen, and it's Dang again missing. Chicago has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Noah kicks to Rose. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Lets it go. Rose can't get that one to fall.
Wade averaged 7 points in the fourth quarter of last season. That was 3rd most in the NBA. A big part of it is how he can create his own shot. When the game is on the line, you want him on the floor with the ball in hand.
Rose passes to Brooks. Gasol setting the pick for Brooks. Dishes to Gasol. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Now a timeout called by Miami. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Right side of screen. Chalmers dishes to Stoudemire. Back to Chalmers. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Chalmers has got his first basket of the night.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Brooks outside. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. Good. And now a 4-point Miami lead. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Miami?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And Mirotic kicks to Butler. And airballs the triple. That one was way off. Miami leading by 4. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Back to Gasol. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
The Heat making a switch here. Bosh is checked in.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed.
Dunleavy's check in for Pau Gasol. Green inside the three-point line. And another basket for Miami.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
There's the pick. And Brooks, here we go. It's tipped. There's Winslow, and Gibson sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson.
Coming onto the floor for your Bulls, Kirk Heinrich.
Passes it to Chalmers. Launches it. The shot misses. And that's going to do it for the third.
Okay, fans, now coming onto the court.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. So it's Miami now. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Noah is out there with Mirotic, and it's Rose in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. But they get it back. Rose back up, and the layup is good. Rose has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Bulls.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Bosh, the screen. Dang for 3. Chicago grabs the miss.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense is taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Outside Rose. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mirotic. Bosh with some nice D. The Heat leading by 6. Here's Dang. Another miss. by Dang.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Rose with the ball. He feeds it to Mirotic. He dishes it to Dunleavy. He kicks it to Butler. Shoots it up. That doesn't go either for Butler.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dunleavy. It's stolen by Dragic. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Pau Gasol's checked in for. Chicago. And Miami with a change here, too. Whiteside's checked in. Rose against Dragic. Bosch drives in. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Outside Rose. Butler against Wade. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Butler.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Right wing. Here's Dunleavy. He's covered by Dad. That is good. Now just a 4-point Heat lead.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Butler. No good. In and out off the rim.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
Thanks again, Doris.
I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Bosh going around him. Drills the three-pointer.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Bulls trail by 7. And here's Rose. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Rose kicks to Butler. Pass to Dunleavy. 5 on the clock. There's the 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. Bosh has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dang with the bucket.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
And so here is Chicago. 9-point game. Outside Rose. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Rose kicks to Butler. Noah with a screen on Wade. 5 on the clock. And it's blocked by Dang. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Clock at 2. There's Rose with the 3.
Well, I like it, guys. I mean, better execution defensively here in the second half. You can tell they've made some adjustments.
Dragic kicks to Dang. Feeds it to Bosh. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the fourth. Good ball movement here by the Heat. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
There's Rose with the 3. Dragic with some nice D. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
And the basket good.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And so it's Miami winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll...
Chris, a nice win in the first of a back-to-back, but what's on your mind with the game tomorrow against a very tough opponent?
Well, I mean, we're here. We're here at another tough part in the schedule. You know, we have a very tough challenge tomorrow, especially with a back-to-back. So we're at the part of the schedule where everybody has, but we're going to have to continue to pick it up and hopefully get a W tomorrow.
Chris, thank you. Kevin, there are no breaks in an NBA schedule.
Doris, thank you as always. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game.
Chris Bosh came to play tonight, guys, and that's a frightening prospect for an opposing team, because when you got a big who can score from anywhere like Bosh can, it doesn't take much to get him on a serious roll. Makes it easy to see why he's an all-star over and over again, year in and year out.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It'll be the Heat off the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. And it's Dragic in at the point.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real... And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Bosh can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Butler with the ball. Wade picks him up. Butler dishes to Noah. 9 feet out. Bosh grabs the miss.
Well, that's a bad miss right there. I mean, you'd like to see him be a little more assertive when he has such good position.
Dang with the bucket.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
Rose passes to Butler. Back to Rose. Shot from 12. And good, as it just goes right down through the net.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Whiteside sets the pick for Wade. Back to Whiteside. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3. Outside Rose. Butler is screen on Dragic. 6 to shoot. Excellent use of the screen that time. 6 points for Rose.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup. Solid margin of victory for them and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, that actually excellent talent to make it special. And that combination is a winning one.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
The dish to Noah. Back to Rose. Gasol a screen. And it's Rose penetrating. Gasol kicks it to Noah. And it's sent back by Bosh. Outside Dragic. Here's Wade. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Assist goes to.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosh. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Dragic against Rose. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Hey, guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosh back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone. And I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Chalmers against Rose. Green with a screen for Chalmers. Back to Green. Gibson with the steal. And it's Brooks at the elbow. Gasol against Stoudemire. Lets it fly. And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got his second bucket tonight. The Heat trail by 5. Chalmers dishes to Green. Rose with the block. For the 3. And Brooks is good for 3.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical, dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Bosh passes to Green. Will it go? Chicago grabs the miss. 51 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's Rose. He's got 8. And Gasol now top of the key. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Heat trail by 8. Down low. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Chalmers.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Rose attacking. No good, his first miss after 3 makes.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. And that does it for the first quarter. Bulls lead by 4. And we'll get things started in this. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this age.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
They're just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
taking full advantage of playing at home, and the fans have really helped him here.
The big men are Gibson and Noah. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter, and it's Brooks in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Right side, no good. The Bulls leading by 6. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got his first 2 points of the night.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to... Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Brooks outside. He feeds it to Noah. Shoots off the screen, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Brooks.
There we go. That was your Lovables. Give him a hand. Come on, Chicago.
The Heat trail by 8. Dragic with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Stoudemire kicks to Dragic. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Here's Heinrich. Kicks it to Butler. 5 on the clock. Knocked loose and stolen by Whiteside. Pass to Wade, 11 feet away, and another basket for Miami.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
2 on the clock. Butler from outside. And it's Dragic with the rebound. The Heat trail by 4. Down low. Here's Stoudemire. That's good. Stoudemire's got his first bucket in this one. Greg, you're talking about Wade on the blocks. Last season, he climbed up to 6th all-time in blocks, Clark, by an NBA guard.
Amazing. Actually has the most blocks of any player who is his height or shorter in NBA history. Even with his explosiveness waning, his timing and savvy allow him to still be effective blocking shots.
And Gibson kicks it to Noah. For 3, Heinrich. Noah. Well, he go the other way with it. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah, Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. And matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want.
Here's Noah. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Miami trailing. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Bulls making a change here. Mirotic is checked in. Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. Chalmers comes in for Goran Dragic. Bosh dishes to Wade. Bosh, a screen on Butler. Wade passes to Bosh. A basket good off the assist from Wade. And the Heat lead by 1.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
With LeBron gone, the Heat had to overhaul some things they do on offense. No doubt about it. Still, Clark, they kept some of the principles there that had been part of the LeBron years.
Yeah, exactly. And one of those principles, a big one, was the idea of spacing in their half-court sets. They still were able to open up for a lot of easy threes.
The Heat have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Dishes it to Bosh. Bosh can't get that one to fall.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Noah the screen, and Mirotic kicks to Dunleavy. Back to Mirotic, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Mirotic has got his first bucket of the night.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Now Heinrich. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He dishes it to Butler. Uncovered.